Hello, Sparrows. Hello, Sparrows. Welcome to the room. It is Truth Tuesday, and I am Valerie Miller of TVM, the Valerie Miller Double Fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change. You have opportunity to change. And today on Truth Tuesday, wow, your word is bond. That's what I'm talking about. Your word is bond, and how important it is to be true to yourself. And that's how it is. That simple. When you're true to yourself, make your word bond. And it's different ways of looking at that. And I had to kind of take a second view of it myself. Welcome to the room. Good morning, Auntie Doreen Gonzalez, Mika Gaddison, Shatavia. Welcome in. I know it's been a few days. It's been a change in schedules. I'm only going to come on Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on. Just for a little while. Just for a little while. However, Word is Bond is the juice for today that I'm going to serve you. Hi, James. So, you may have seen a few images on my timeline that showed umbrellas, right? So we're going to get to that. However, before I leap in, I want to say happy birthday to everyone that's celebrating birthdays today. Make it fabulous. Make it amazing. And celebrate you. You have a whole brand new year to do something you've never done before. Take a trip you've wanted to take, never took. Whatever is on your heart to do, celebrate you this year and beyond. Right? Sheldon, hi, welcome in. James, Valerie, hi, cuz. So, back to those umbrellas that you saw on my timeline. I'm an umbrella girl. I love umbrellas. Fancy umbrellas, big umbrellas. Umbrellas protect, they cover, they shield, right? And when you protect, cover, and shield, that should be your identity, that should be your word, that should be your character. All of those things should be protected because it's your identification. So with me having this huge and fanciful love for umbrellas, I figure that is a great way to kind of leap into the juice for today. And there are several different quotes. I may speak from a few of them. I may not. I'm just on the cuff. You know how I am. I'm just led to say something about your word being bond. And sometimes it can be contradiction in that. And the reason I say a bit of contradiction, and be sure to pop in comments if you have some comments to share with me and your thoughts on what I'm saying. However, when I say contradiction, you know, Maya Angelou has the quote, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time, right? That's a heavy weight. Because do we always believe them the first time? Not always. We give them a second time, a third time, a fourth time. It's continual, right? So, why haven't we believed it? Do we believe it? Or why are we upset about it? You know, look at it. Why are we really upset because of someone else's behaviors or actions? Because they are being true to themselves. They are displaying their true character. We basically just want to have someone else respect us for what we are looking for what we want, or what we may need in our lives. And of course, we're conditioned to think along those lines. Now, I can only speak for self. I can't speak for you or anybody else, Sparrow. However, I had to look long and hard at that. I had to really step back and take a hard look at it and say, you know what? When someone shows you who they are, definitely believe it. They are being true to themselves. I have had to learn to respect them in their truth, even though I may or may not agree with it. I may not like the feeling when someone tells me they're going to do something and then don't do it. However, don't have enough respect for me or you to say, hey, I'm not able to do that. Hey, something came up. My apologies. But not even an apology. It's nuts. Sparrows. It's nuts. Candace Joseph, welcome in. You're right. Believe them the first time. And it's not saying that they're right or wrong. It's all in our view of the situation, what the circumstance is. That is what I'm referencing when I say your word is bond. They are basically being true to themselves. And I know, and I'm just going to flip the script just a little bit. Sometimes we become chameleons. Back in the day, times past, I recall when you would be a people pleaser because you want them happy, you want them to, be okay, or I don't want to hurt feelings and things like that, because I care way too much sometimes. I can't help it. It's a part of my DNA. I care about people and how I'm received. And even sometimes back in the day, once upon a time, when I wouldn't say no to things, I would say, okay, I can do that. I would rearrange my schedule to get some things done, right? So I had to change that because I had to be me and be fabulous while being myself. So I have learned to give myself that respect, and I've also learned to give other people that same respect in that space. They are basically showing me, they're showing you their true identities, their character. We may see it or view it as a flaw, but really is it? They're being true to themselves. Rather than us being chameleons and changing up all the time. Hi, Derry. Welcome in. Rather than being that chameleon, I've learned to just respect the minute. And it's like a switch. You show me who you are. I believe you. And you've now put a taste in my mouth or a thought to where your credibility possibly is shot. Your credibility is shot with me, because I don't know if I can take your word, for what I'm needing in my life at the time. I don't know if I can believe you. I don't know if I can trust you in that space. Can I trust you? Trust is so huge. And with allowing people in my life and choosing who is and who isn't, these truths of display, when someone show me who they are, I have the option of accepting them in my life or the option of not. If I choose to accept them in my life, I also accept the responsibility of the feelings, the emotions I'm going to have every time. They say they're going to do something and they don't do it. I have learned to just do this. I respect you and who you are. I'm going to love you the same. However, and I will tell you, your credibility is shot with me. I will let you know it. I'll let you know it. Auntie, what are you saying? Dad always said your word would go farther than you. True. There's no need in the day, in the time. Yes, it's a fact. And it's hard for me to bounce back after learning this truth about someone, because I am one that I give you a full arsenal of trust. I give everyone full arsenal of trust from the moment we meet. Elise, how are you this morning? Welcome in, sis. Elise Smith, good to see you. Maria, welcome in. The thing is, I give you a full arsenal of trust, and it's slowly draining. It's draining. It's draining. Every time something takes place, I may not say anything right away, but it's draining out. Once it goes empty, that's me. I can't anymore. I will not allow. I won't allow, because it's running my chi, and I don't look at you the same. I feel differently. The relationship shifts every single time something of disappointment takes place or something that just doesn't feel right in my spirit. You have to trust here. You better trust it. Trust that more than anything else. However, sometimes they're doing it and they're just basically being themselves, and sometimes it's intentional. So you have to know the difference between their identity and what's intended to not be true or just. Raj, welcome in. So it's been heavy on me because it's been a few people that's all of a sudden that are in my circle, or I've noticed at a distance, that will say something and not follow through. And then I've also noticed how I feel when they don't follow through. But do I mention it? Do I bring it up? I've learned to just not. I pay attention. I watch and allow the arsenal to drain itself. So once it's drained, this is it. And I'm going to be honest and let you know why my attitude has changed towards you, and the respect towards you has now changed, and why your credibility isn't there, because your word is truly bond, and we have to see it for what it is. And definitely, I forgive it. I'll say forgive anything. I'm not holding on to something that's going to be hurtful to me. I'm not. I'm going to forgive it. I'm going to release it, forgive them, forgive myself, and I'm on to the next thing. On to the next thing. So it's just been heavy on me to say something about this, because it's something that we endure and deal with every single day. We're accepting people in our lives, and their credibility is shot. Is shot. So be like that umbrella, especially that big red one that I have. I'm not even going to go into the quotes, but be who you are at all times. It's no reason to be a chameleon, because I can attest to how it is when, if I had to, for instance, Raj. Welcome in, Raj. Hello from India. If I had to change in the midst of moments when I saw Raj and what Raj need me to be, and then there's Maria, then I have to shift again to be who Maria needs me to be, and then I run into my auntie. Now I need to shift another time to be who my auntie needs me to be. That's a lot of hats. That's a lot of shifting. That's a lot. When all I have to do is be Valerie all the time. Be me all the time. So you hear me say, or you have, I'll post, be you be fabulous. Be you be fabulous. Okay? That is what I mean when I say be you be fabulous. Be you all the time. Do not shift gears. Don't be the chameleon. Be you, authentically you, all the time. And that's why I say it's a bit of contradiction with, your word is bond, because they are being true to themselves. They're putting themselves on display. However, we have to learn to accept their true identities and not want to put them in a pigeonhole of a place to where we want them to be, to suit us. That is the juice that I'm serving for you today. Look at both sides of the fence, and also be mindful of the text that you're referencing also. It's not going to be the same for all of us, so you have to, I won't say judge it wisely, I'll say make a decision according to the circumstances. You know what's authentic, true to character, and then you can also identify when it is definitely someone's character trait. You make the sound decision whether or not, if you want them in your life, if you want to include them in or not. Be you, be fabulous, and love yourself in the midst of all. Be love, be forgiving, and use your conscious eyes. Think it through. If you need to have a conversation, have it. Most times it doesn't even warrant a conversation. Just accept them for who they are. You decide if you want them in your life or not. That's the juice. That's all I have. That was a heavy weight on me. I had to say something about it. And my mama just popped in the room. Good morning, Mama. Talking about truth is bond, Mom. It's your word, your truth. And word is bond. And it's that simple of a fact. Love yourself enough to be yourself all the time. Not the chameleon where you feel you need to be shifting, becoming this person and that person in the presence of other individuals. That's why I've learned to just be more forgiving when someone truly displays himself. I respect you for being yourself, even if it doesn't feel good to me or something that I may not agree with. Who am I to tell you who you need to be? I'm not. I can't. I won't. However, it's up to me to accept you and love you regardless, or leave you, you know? And that's all the juice, my sparrows. On that note, that's all the truth for this Tuesday. Have a marvelous day. Do something different. Be mindful of your associations and assess your relationships. Assess them. Categorize your associations where they should be categorized. But however, if your chi is disrupt, your spirit is disrupt in the midst, you need to look extra hard at that and make sure that it's just not a behavioral pattern. And if you have said something about it and you still see that behavior continue, then that's just them choosing to do so. But then again, is it? This could be a character trait, that simple. Weigh accordingly. Make sure your scales are balanced. That's what matters, your scales. And sometimes it's going to be that point in life when you have to say smooches to somebody because of how they make you feel. And if they're not making you feel good or worthy, or where they should deem to respect your time or respect you as an individual, they can't respect you, they're not respecting themselves. And if you don't take a stand and let your point be viewed or heard, then they'll never know. But once you make your stance and it's completely ignored, now you have to make the decision. Are they to continue inclusive in my life, or are they going to be someone that I'm going to have to let go? That simple. That's the juice. I love you that much. So love without conditions. Always possess a positive attitude and soar in all you do. I love you, mean it. Switches.